Hi, BJ Posnecki from Inspect and Check. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys a little trick that I just did. I had a leak on this Maytag dishwasher at the float switch. So this may not cure your problem, but it worked for me, so I figured I'd share it with you guys. So we've got a Maytag dishwasher. Now Maytag does have some other manufacturers, Whirlpool, Magic, Chef, Amana. You know, there's a few under the Maytag umbrella. So even though this is a Maytag dishwasher, there may be some overlap with other brands. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with taking off this cover panel down at the bottom. We've got 4 screws at the corners. We're going to take that off and remove the panel. We have our bottom panel off, and the float, which is this piece right here on this particular unit, it's on the front left side. Okay, and how this works is as the water fills in the dishwasher, when it gets to the height that it needs to be, it raises that float and it turns off the water valve and shuts down the water. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go underneath. Everything we're working on is nice and close. So right here is the switch, the actuator, and then this is the float valve's stem right here. So how this works is as the water goes up, it opens that switch, turns off the water, and then when it lowers and needs more water, it goes back down. So what I did was behind this bracket here, you're not going to be able to see it, there's 2 little screws. I was lucky in that I used my 6-way screwdriver, the smaller side, and it happened to be the correct size. And I took this bracket off. I took the 2 leads right here, these 2 white plastic plugs. I unplugged them and took this out. There was a bunch of soap and whatnot on the top of this thing that had dripped down, because this is open. This shaft, as you see, that goes up there, it's like a tube and it's open to inside the dishwasher. So some soap and whatnot had come down and rested on there. What it did is it kind of built up the float. The float was sitting higher than it should. So I cleaned off the top of this. I just scraped it with a small little flat blade screwdriver. Okay. And then what I did was I took the float off. So you need 2 hands to do this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the door and I'm going to grab the float with my left hand, and I'm going to grab this nut right here with my right. Work it back and forth from side to side. They're a little bit tricky, but what I'm doing is I'm pushing up and down to get this push nut off of here. I'm going to slide that down. Okay, so see how that came off? Now I can pull the float out, and what I did was I just trimmed off a little bit right here, just to make this a little bit shorter than what it was. I trimmed this off. Okay, so now that the float won't go as high, so it lowers the water level in here, because as you can see here, see this tube? This is the tube I was talking about. So what happens is if the water level gets too high and it splashes up in here, then it can go down. And as you'll see here, it leaked on the floor and damaged the floor a little bit. So this worked for me. I just figured I'd share it with you guys. Hopefully it'll take care of your situation. You know, again, there could be other issues. You know, there's times that, you know, if this has a lot of soap scum and whatnot built up inside it, it can weigh it down too much, where it doesn't float. So your situation may even be easier, where all you need to do is take this float off and clean the inside of it. So I hope that helps. I hope that solves your problem. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.